Mafia Kingpin will reveal things beyond the imagination. Things about the inner workings of the Mafia. Murder, prostitution, gambling, sex, counterfeiting, political control, and the shocking conditions of American prisons, told by a man who lived through them.
That was me, Sonny Gibson, at the height of my vicious life of crime in the Mafia. I thought I had it all. Mansions, bodyguards, women, yachts, jet planes. I never thought when I was growing up on the farm what my life would become. I love it there. It was a place I really felt free. My father lost the farm when the drought hit. I'd leave my dog behind when we moved to the city. It was the worst part of the ghetto. We lived dirt poor in a two-room shack. I would have done anything to get out of there. I wanted to play pro football. I was that good, too. But I got kicked out of school for refusing to rat on some gang kids who beat up Nick, my only friend. When I got into crime, got my first money, I bought Ma a house. I went to Chicago and worked for a Mafia boss. I ended up in a New York estate and found out Nick's grandfather was the boss of bosses. He thanked me for saving Nick's life. The Don sent me to Sicily to train. In a villa there, I learned Sicilian ways. For 3 years, I was drilled to become a cold-blooded Mafia soldier. In the villa courtyard, when I gave a man the kiss of death, he was blown away. He betrayed the family. I was now ready to take vows in the Sicilian Mafia's closed circle. My first mission was a special mark. A Nazi had killed my godfather's sons during the war. I fed them to the sharks. What happened after that is all in Mafia Kingpin. The book was a huge success when it came out, breaking records. The publisher launched a major advertising campaign. Our New York sign still may be the largest ever on Times Square. We gave a party for the whole film industry in Hollywood. Actors love it. They came dressed like Mafia guys or bodyguards. We even had a great stunt. Everyone had a great time. After that, we did a cross-country tour. We signed a lot of books. People from all walks of life wanted to know about the Mafia. That included talk show hosts from coast to coast.
Here's a man with a past, Sonny Gibson. He was a Mafia hitman. He was a con man with millions of dollars at his fingertips. How does an Indiana farm boy get to be a Mafia hitman, Sonny Gibson?
Basic, Jane. I came up at 8 years old, moving to Indianapolis, got in crime, ended up in Chicago, saved a kid's life whose grandfather was a top boss of the Mafia, went to Sicily and got training, and came back to this country and got into some major scams after pulling 14 assassins.
You killed for money, right?
No.
No.
It was a loyalty, brainwash, robotism. I became the type of animal that would have already killed anyone that they would have told me to.
What I was looking for is, you get up in the morning, the phone rings, they say, Sonny, gonna be a guy at the market, his name's Herb, unload him.
Not exactly, Dave. That's what Hollywood likes for you to believe, of course.
It don't work that way.
No. My assignments was knocking off 13 communists over a period of 18 months.
Why were they interested in erasing communist leaders?
Communism, there's no free enterprises. And in the old days, when I was involved, it was a vendetta. Where today, I would think more it's into enterprises because of most of those old-timers are dead now who had the vendetta.
Now here's a gentleman who claims to have killed for the underworld at one time. He has an interesting story to tell. Please welcome Mr. Sonny Gibson. What does it feel like to kill somebody?
I was a professional assassin. You don't get personal problems involved in that. You don't know why. I did it as a soldier. I was in prison with some guys from Vietnam who were professional assassins. And they would cry at nighttime in their cell because they helped kill innocent women and children. They knew they did something wrong involving women and children. I did something wrong by taking a person's life. There's no question about it. But to go back to Sonny Gibson in those days, I knew what I was doing before I did it. And when it happened, I my superiors allowed me to do something else. And eventually it got me to the top of the list as a very professional person, which in return got me back to the States. And I got in, believe it or not, insurance business. I was the #1 life insurance agent in the country.
You once worked in Chicago, but tell us what you did on the south side of Chicago when you first started your crime experience.
Oh, all right. First of all, I'm not a Jimmy the Weasel or Joe Volacci. I'm not praising what I did in the past and what we're going to talk about, but I point that out as an example to show young people today if Sonny Gibson was so powerful and had the millions of dollars and he ended up going to state pen, there's no life for them in crime.
On the book tour, I talked to young people all over the country. I made a promise to God to help kids. They listen to me because I come from the streets. I don't preach to them. I just tell them what happened to me and what happens when you walk down the concrete hallways of a state penitentiary or a federal prison.
Hi. Regardless of what you guys heard, I'm no preacher, so I'm not going to start doing any preaching. I don't do that. I know some of this you won't be able to understand, but I've been there, young people. Second day I was in prison. I saw him rape a man, stuck a broom handle up him and broke it off. He bled to death before they could get him to the hospital.
That's bullshit, man. Nobody's gonna rape me.
No?
Couldn't get 10 of them to rape me.
You're tough, huh?
Yeah.
Big guy. Would you mind putting that where your mouth is if I show you how easy it is to get raped?
Sure.
You think 2 guys could hold you down?
Yeah, right.
Who's the 2 little guys here? Come up, come here. Come on up here. Lay down. You've been piped in the head already. Just lay down on your stomach. You 2 guys get on the side of him. This is called rape hold inside the joint.
Like this?
Get his hand, yeah, that's right. Get his arms back to you like this. That's right. Put both arms around his one hand. Keep it up high. Now put your legs around his legs. Like you're going to straddle his legs. Tighten. Now when I say 3, you try and get up. 1, 2, 3. Come on, get up. Come on, get up. You're a tough guy. Come on, tough guy. Get up. Get up. What's happening? You ought to be damn happy. That's a hand back there. Okay, let him up. Let him up. Stay pen in front of you. We were talking about the hole a minute ago. I was put in the hole, boys. 20-some hours they beat me up. Then 65 days I stayed in a hole. I had to eat mice to stay alive. A priest helped me with the warden. Finally got me out of the hole. Lost 100 pounds. So you guys don't know what joint time is. That priest did something else. He taught me to read and write. And if Sonny Gibson was 33 when I learned to read and write, there's nothing you guys can't do. You're going to the joint. Make that time pay for yourself. Stay away from the violence, from the gangs. Stay away from the drugs. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for giving me the time to talk to you.
Kids today need help more than ever. Gang activity is still high. Drugs are everywhere. Law enforcement needs our help. It is up to you and me to get involved. My message is the same today talking to kids as it was when Mafia Kingpin came out. It applies to everyone, not just youth. My message is simple. Anyone can change.
I changed my life. You know why? When I talk to you guys all over the country about staying off drugs.
Do you really mean this, or are you just doing it so we can play for this? No, for real.
Doing this? Talking to you guys? I do it because I made a promise to God.
Thanks.
What brings you here tonight for the Toys for Tots?
Well, number one, I think it's a worthy cause. I come from a ghetto, and a lot of kids in the inner city, underprivileged neighborhoods don't have a chance to have a Christmas. But I want to talk to other kids around the world. If we can save one kid's life, then we've done something.